Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin playthrough on the PS4. This is Most Unexpected, also known as Rick D5R4, and I will be your host today. Last episode, we went through the very impractical castle of Drang Lake, and now we go through the very linear swamplands of... I can't believe I'm blanking on the name right now. Now, for some reason, my capture program is telling me I don't have much room on to record or capture today for some reason. It says I only have an hour and a half of record time, which is actually just about the amount of time it takes me to record a normal episode. And then I shorten them down to under 20 minutes. So
we knew you were
all you guys see is that 20 minutes or less
this is all.
that I shorten it down to. Yeah, so I usually take about an hour and a half of record time and shorten it down to somewhere between 10 and 15 minutes, 10 and 20 minutes. Either it'd take 5 times more episodes to get as much progress as I do in these videos, or you'd get 1 hour episodes, which a lot of people aren't that fond of. I'm finally back to rocking Ultra Greatswords, if you noticed. I don't think I was using an Ultra Greatsword in the previous episode. My favorite Ultra Greatsword is this Ultra Greatsword. I don't know if the Artorias Greatsword, or it's called the Majestic Flipping Greatsword. I don't know if that's Ultra. It might be a regular Greatsword. But I don't know, I have some sort of grudge against it because it's not like my favorite ever sword from Favorite Ever Sword. That's a great name. I should name more swords. It's not like the Artorias Greatswords from Dark Souls 1 that I love so much. Now, I'll save my rant about the Majestic freaking Greatsword when I actually get the sword. I'll save my rant until then, and I might be ranting about it as I use it because, well, I love the Artorias swords. Yeah. The reasons why I like Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword, because over the slab, and if you don't know what the slab is, I mean the Greatsword. It's called the Greatsword, but it's the giant flippin' slab of rock. Very common. The one-handed attacks are swipe side to side like windshield wipers. It's a very common Ultra Greatsword for those who don't have much skill. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's hits the Ultra Greatsword for those who don't have much skill. It is actually one of the defining noob weapons. Because it doesn't take much to use it. With a super high base stat and then the ability to buff it. And then a guaranteed 2-hit stun lock. It can be very, very good at dealing a ton of damage. And then... Oh, what? Oh! Oh no! Oh shoot, shoot, shoot! You interrupted my talk about stuff. Where did he come from? And then some... Alright, yeah, just gonna jump back into my conversation before I was rudely interrupted. So, and then those who get to a higher level, they just pump stamina so that they can keep on R1ing their windshield wiping slab, swinging it side to side, side to side, side to side. And, if you think, alright, they've ran out of stamina, time to close in, they just keep on swiping and swiping and swiping. And that's why I don't like T-Slab or the Greatsword that is actually an Ultra Greatsword. And that's why I love the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword, because it's different. I love how you have to time things, you have to bait things. It takes a lot more than the Greatsword, also known as the Greatsword that is the Ultra Greatsword. Stat-wise, the Slab Greatsword that is actually an Ultra Greatsword does more base damage. Oh look, there's that old knight. I can't believe I didn't see him just standing right there. How blind am I? The Greatsword that's actually an Ultra Greatsword has more base damage, but the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword has more scaling. So if you're a higher level, then you actually or you have higher stats, you actually benefit more from the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword than you would the Greatsword that's actually an Ultra Greatsword. Another drawback of the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword is I don't think it can be buffed. The Greatsword that's actually an Ultra Greatsword can be buffed. So. And then the Majestic as Frick Greatsword. I don't know if it's an Ultra Greatsword. It might be. The Majestic as Frick Greatsword is also really popular right now. Probably for its unique moveset. Again, not gonna rant about it now. I'm gonna save that until I'm holding it. The Zweidheimle is also really popular for its damage. You know what? I'm just gonna talk about all the popular Ultra Greatswords right now. The Zweidheimle, it probably gained its popularity from Dark Souls 1, and that carried over to Dark Souls 2. Besides the fact that it is a very high damage weapon, maybe even higher than the Slab. Uses more skill than the Slab. Remember, when I say the Slab, I mean the Greatsword that's actually an Ultra Greatsword. So Yeah, the Zweed handler. It very high base damage, can be buffed, so very popular for doing a ton of damage really easily, really fast. Well, maybe not that easy, but really fast. And then the what's the black crypt one? Oh, I forget the name of that. But I think it actually has, does it have the highest damage? I know people love to put, to make it dark and then put a dark buff on it. And perhaps once you do that, it's the most damaging Ultra Greatsword. But it can get easy to dodge. It does have some tricky neat moves. Like when you put the pointy bit into the ground, although it's not a very pointy weapon at all. when you shove the end into the ground, it's a very good move. But I personally never really liked that game. And I got very good at backstepping through its attacks. At one point. I don't think I'm that good at it. Yeah, there's lots of collectibles in this place, so I'll just breeze through here. I'm not gonna get the collectibles. Now, normally, if you're not hollowed, there's a summon in here, Felicia the effing strong, or I think it's the brave. Yeah, no invader ever wants to see that phantom. She's just a tank. What now? They healed. Oh, that's new. Or is it? I'm fairly certain that's new. Another reason, well, you can get the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword rather easy through the early on in the game. That gives it a lot over, say, that black crypt Ultra Greatsword. I don't know what the name is, but hopefully you guys know what I'm talking about. That sword. You can't get it very early on. I forget how you get it. I think, is it killing the Rotten in New Game Plus? You could use a bonfire aesthetic for that, I guess. But you can still get the Pursuer's Ultra Greatsword earlier. Oh, the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword. That thing. Incredible damage. Its damage is split with fire though, by default. You can make that to your advantage pretty well. The problem I see with that is how slow it is. The Black Knight Great Axe and the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword both suffer from how easy it is to dodge through. Granted, you can use baiting tactics, and then all's well. You won't have to worry about, well, if you're good at baiting, then those weapons will work for you. The black, but yeah, back to Black Knight Ultra Greatsword. I actually really love the Black Knight Ultra Greatsword. I just don't have it leveled up. And the Shrine of Amana, that's where we are. Yeah. It's not very good here because there's lots of things in water. But it's pretty good in PvE, although it has low damage, low durability. That's what it's called. So minus points for that. I should be invaded over here, right? There you are. Oh, can I knock him off the edge? Oh, but I might want his items. Oh! I think he just poised through me. You gonna drop? Oh no, he didn't drop anything. I guess I should have just launched him off the edge then. Now I haven't thought about a strategy for this frog fate. Frog-bodied the frog ninja. I haven't thought about a strategy. How am I gonna shoot? Ah, hey! It's like a kid playing with his toy. A really little young kid. I'm probably gonna need my pokey weapon. It's only +6. What? Lingering hitbox. Okay, fireball. Come on, frog ninja. He's just full of lingering hitboxes, isn't he? Man, if it weren't for his lingering hitboxes, how much damage would he ever get against me? Shoo! Funny that they give you a Helix Halberd in this area, and it turns out the Helix Halberd would actually be very useful against the singing frog ninja. No, you ruined my one fireball. You ruined it. Frog ninja. I think what I'll do is oh shoot! I'm gonna stay at this medium range. His attacks can't get me, but I can bait him into attack. No! Come on, frog ninja. Tell me what you nothing to me. Frog ninja. You're nothing.